Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Conflict of Nick channel. I'm your host Nick, and today we've got a brand new series for you. This is going to be episode 1 of the Iranian series. We are playing Iran, obviously, judging off the name. We've got our good buddies here, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, and Israel. I don't know if you can see it because it was surrounded by troops. We've got our good friends A-Train here. We've got our friend Joel D. He was in the last video. I believe he was Greece. My friend Logan here, good friend. And one of our admins in the Discord server, Bass. So we've got some great faces here, some new players, a mix of veterans. So it's going to be interesting. So right now, this server is an apocalypse match. So what is different about apocalypse and a regular World War III match, you ask? Well, there's a few things. As you can see, in the top hand corner up here, you can see our warheads. I have 16 nuclear warheads. In apocalypse, every country starts out with a specific number of warheads. I believe it depends on city. So like the US and Russia, for example, are going to have the most. So that's basically the biggest easy to notice difference. Another difference, if I go to research, you can research max level units, not dependent on the day. So I could go straight for max level infantry, which I probably will do, um, which is really useful because it doesn't hinder your research, and you can get max level units really quickly. Another difference, it's really good actually. I like this difference a lot. Resources are very much more abundant than in a regular match, and therefore you have so much more production ability, research ability, and all of that. And so it makes the game so much more interesting. There's going to be very big battles, and we're facing some really veteran players. We've got great players playing in the EU. Most of them actually are in the EU that are the high-level threats. So the biggest thing is going to be, obviously like last time, we're going to use teamwork. We're going to use our coordination and our skills to overcome all the challenges that are presented to us. And it's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a lot harder than the last one. I will admit that. And a loss is possible. But the biggest thing is to learn from the games and to see what we can do better and try and win the game and get a nice big battle show for you guys. So what all is going on? So the main gist of what is going on is I am researching an Air Force this game. I'm mainly going for an Air Force. I'm going to have a decent land army consisting of probably infantries. I'm probably going to have mobile AA. I already have that researched. And it's very important, like I said last game, because it gave me that overall all-round defense to pretty much anything. It'll give me some armor as well. I'm researching, as you can see, strike fighters. I'm researching the Su-24 Fencer, and that will allow me to have a very fast response time to my all my different fronts. So like the front against Afghanistan and Pakistan, if they decide to attack me, I can help out Saudi Arabia, I can help out Egypt, I can help out Turkey, I can help out anywhere. It's going to be a very fast response time. It's going to be very useful, and it's also going to provide me a cruise missile launch platform in the very later in the game. So I'm also going, as you can see, I only have one coastal city. I don't really count this one because it's not connected to any other sea besides the Caspian Sea. So I might end up annexing Basra 100%. And really what I'm going to go for this game is I'm going to go for I'm going to build a local industry here. I'm mainly going to go for a support navy. And the support navy combination, you might ask, is pretty simple. It depends on what kind of player you are. But really, overall, what you should go for as a support navy is one important thing: frigates. Frigates are really good because, as you can see, we've got some mainly naval-oriented nations. We've got Egypt going for navy. He's got a level 3 naval base being built already, which is really good. Turkey is going for a navy as well, and so is Israel. Now, frigates will be very useful because they will shield our ships from air attacks and missile attacks, and it'll be very useful. And early game, mid game, and late game. So it's going to be very important that it'll also give us some early protection of our cities here, me and Saudi. Um, Also, one thing I'm going for is submarines. Submarines are going to be very good against ships. They're going to counter cruisers, and basically are going to give me that overall protection and offensive capability. So those naval capabilities will be very useful for all of us. And as I said in the last video, and as you guys saw in the last video, um, the Romanian series, Navy can destroy everything in the right circumstances if you use it correctly. So now let me update you on basically what's going on, what our plans for the future now, what's currently happening. Iraq and Syria, as you know, are our first targets. Iraq is going to be invaded really soon. I had to gather up some forces, and my priorities were to gather some easy resources um, in Turkmenistan, Georgia, and these other small countries. Um, and that's basically been my first goal. I haven't really been messing with the bigger nations yet because I want to make sure I have at least some of my air force built, and I want to have my forces consolidated. So Iraq is my first goal. Me and Saudi are gonna split it. I don't know if you can see the green line. He's got troops going for Kuwait. Kuwait's been taken over by Iraq. It's fairly foreseeable that he would do that. Syria engaged Israel and had a lot of his troops destroyed, which now has basically made Syria come to the conclusion that quitting is the best option. He's got the last of his forces here. Turkey's taken a city or two, and he's taken some provinces for the extra cash and the manpower. And basically that's what is going on right now. Israel's probably going to take Jordan, and we're going to take all this land and get all these resources. It's going to be very important because we can annex these cities. These cities are going to be very protected and safeguarded, so they'll be very easy to annex. And it's going to be a really crucial grab for us in the early game because it'll go through us all into the late game. So our plans are that right now, and obviously outward, Turkey is about to engage Greek troops. He's going for Greece, and he's trying to cut off these larger European coalitions and foes, such as Romania. Now, Egypt, on the other hand, is doing his own thing. Joel is tasked with taking a bunch of land in Africa, and he's chosen Libya, and that's a really smart move because instead of just going for Sudan, he went for Sudan, and Ethiopia has some troops caught in there. But Libya is going to allow him to get much more resources than AI countries alone. So knowing his capabilities and knowing what he can do, he's going to deal with this pretty easily. It looks like Libya is not really micromanaging these troops. So he's going to deal with it fairly easily, and it's going to be a lot of free resources for us. So, generally speaking, that's basically the whole layout of what is going on currently and what our future plans are. Saudi's going to go for a nice land army as well as an air force and potentially a small navy. He's going for Yemen and Oman or Oman, and right now that's basically what's happening. Turkey is going for Sevastopol as well, and so we're gonna have to see how it plays out. So, guys, I'm seriously hope you guys will enjoy this series as much as the last one. The last one got really good feedback. I will keep updating this, possibly more than the last one. I'll make sure to get all the combat. Like I said, we're facing some really dangerous players all around us. We're in the middle of it, so there's going to be a lot of that, so it's going to be hard to get all of it. But I'll do my very best. And the series is going to be way more fun and hectic, and it may be a win or loss, but all we're aiming for is to have a good time, have good battles, and we're going to learn from whatever mistakes we make. So that's going to do it. Like I said, having some combat here and there, and you guys will be in for another treat when we go into part 2. There's going to be a lot more combat. So guys, have a great night.